Gorgeous Saggies, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and I hope all is good in your world. Now, Sagittarius. In meditation, I simply saw two people sitting at opposite ends of the room, a room. It looked very traditional. It could have been a library type environment, mahogany bookcase, sort of Chesterfield chairs, that sort of thing. I don't know where this would have been. But one person was trying to catch the other person's eye and they weren't having any of it. But the attraction was completely mutual. So Sag, I don't know whether or not this is a smart office at work. I don't know whether or not this is one of those really lovely cafes where they've got mahogany furniture, that sort of thing. Old school type environment. It could even have been somebody's living room if you're there for drinks or a party or an anniversary do or something like that. But Sag, you know the attraction's there. The thing is, they're not taking any action. They're not taking any action. And I think you're getting a bit frustrated to the point where you feel you may want to try to have a conversation with this person, but there may be fear of, well, they don't wear a wedding ring, but it doesn't mean much these days. Are they with somebody? Are they not? So guys, let's move into this and see where this takes us. Now, you may realize that the audio is a bit different. I am on the case. I've recently moved, and if you already know, I'm so sorry I'm telling you again, but I've got to sort out the audio. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit tinny. Let me know what you think. You may not think it is, but I do. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I like the sound to be really good. I've got a sound blanket up, I've got a soundboard up, I've got sound bouncing acoustic curtains, but I've got wooden floorboards. So no matter how many rugs I put on the floor, the sound just isn't the same as it was before in my old place. But I'm sorting it. Okay, Saggy? Okay, so bear with me. All right. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians? What do we have for Sag, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, I'm also hearing Mercury. Okay. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mercury, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Sag, you just don't know how to, I'm hearing get through to this person. Okay. All right, guys, we'll figure it out. You may wonder whether or not they've got divorced. You may wonder whether or not if this turned into something, whether or not you'd be breadcrumbed. I don't know. You're looking for an equal give and take connection here, Sag. And you've got someone on your mind. You know that maybe even intuitively the attraction is mutual, but if they're not doing anything about this, what do, right? Eight of Wands. You guys made me laugh. Are you going to take the bull by the horns? Are you simply going to open up and have a conversation with this person? You may be, Sag. Guys, I'm sorry you're making me laugh. 10 of Cups for me is communicating. Are you married? I mean, Sag, that would be so you. Rather than beating around the bush, rather than spending weeks trying to figure it out, oh, are they wearing a wedding ring? It doesn't mean that much these days. Are they living with somebody? No, you may just come out with it. Hey, yeah, I noticed you. I just wondered, are you married? I mean, Sag, that would just be totally you. Calling a spade a spade. No padding. Let's just get to the point of what we want to talk about. Are you single? Right? I love you guys. Okay, so in the past, Knight of Wands, lots of passion and attraction for this person, Sag. You may have thought you're going to rush in, see if they want to meet you for a coffee, for a drink, that sort of thing. Emperor, Sag. For some of you as a female, you may have been very attracted to an emperor, but you may have found out they were married. Or you may have had a lot of attraction for somebody, but they could have been in a high position at work, and you might have thought, yeah, not good. Work romances don't usually last. There's gossip in the office. It's awkward, right? Or maybe as a Saggy masculine, what you're realizing is that in the past you played the field, you headed off and met lots of different people. Now you're ready to get hitched. I could be connecting simply with a masculine Sag who was ready to get married, and you've found your person. But Sag, you don't know much about them, is what I'm getting. Okay. High Priestess. You may be keeping your feelings to yourself, Sag, or you may be slightly nervous that this person's not communicating with you. You know, how do I know if they're interested or not? In the immediate future, guys, 2 of Cups. Yeah, Sag, you have the hots for this person. You met the one. This is the person you want to be with, male or female, you've decided. In your fears, Temperance. Yeah, Sag, you are nervous that if you don't tell this person how you feel, or you don't start up some kind of conversation, they're going to head off and end up with somebody else. You're fearing sitting in temperate energy. It's as if I know that I want to be with this person. I feel as if I want to tell them, but are they really single? Why didn't I just come out with the fact that I think they're the one for me, but you may feel it's a bit too full on. I don't know, Sag, whether or not you've dated this person in the past and then you guys just drifted apart, or whether or not you've just seen this person sort of at a distance and you haven't even had a conversation. For some of you, it may be love at first sight. In this person's energy, Sag, Justice. Okay. You could be connecting with a Libra. You could be connecting with a Libra, or a fellow Sag, or a Pisces, or an Aries. Whoever this is either in the middle of something very serious. It could be anything from a court case to a highly involved job position. They could have a lot of responsibility. I have to say, Saggy, this is someone who is sort of no nonsense. I'm wondering whether or not they're going to be a bit too serious for you. Because this is someone with a sword in their hand, male or female, who is very much about keeping balance in their life. They're very communicative. What they say is very honest and upfront. They can sometimes be a little blunt, okay. But Saggy, you called a spade yourself, so this could be a good match for you. But why do I feel as if I keep getting the word serious? They're very serious. And Saggy, I think you're ready for a relationship, but you know, you're pretty chilled, you crack a few jokes, you've got a great sense of humour, you like to have fun in a relationship. And I don't know whether or not this person is going to fit you. I think you believe I believe you feel this is a perfect match for you, but I don't know. I mean, Saggy, this is you sort of in the future pouring your heart out, and what this person is saying is justice, right? Which is, I'm busy at work, or I've just ended a serious relationship, or I'm trying to keep balance. They're just not very fluffy, Sag, right? This isn't somebody who is really chilled. Yeah, cool, Sag, you know, very, very attracted to you too. Let's head out. Let's go and have a few drinks. No. This is the sort of person who'd say, I'm working late tonight. Sorry, can't do it. Very blunt, very to the point. It may be they've just got a lot going on in their life. It may be they literally have just ended a relationship, Sag. I'm just getting a different energy from you. The one thing you have in common, though, is both of you speak your truth, which is good, right? In your hopes, 4 of Pentacles. Okay. In the outcome, Sag, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. Sag, you're hoping to hang on to the hope of being with this person. What you're going to realize is there is a possibility of you two coming together, but it's going to take a long time. And Saggy, you're a fire sign. I mean, do you really want to wait? Do you really want to wait? Knight of Pentacles is you basically realizing that you've got to take it either really slowly with this person, really slowly, or Sag, you may end up moving towards somebody else. You may realize they've got other things on their mind, or they've just ended a relationship. They could have just got divorced and they are so not ready. You may end up with a younger Earth sign with a Knight of Pentacles. We will see. We will see. Clarification for you guys. 7 of Pentacles. You may be looking at your savings, Sag, so you may have been very serious about your career. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're all about the Pentacles, Saggy. I think you may, in the last few months, have been concentrating on your career, your finances, getting really serious about your finances. Or, Sag, for those of you that this is resonating for, did you meet this person in the past, but you were in a long-term situation and you weren't honest? I have to say that. Knight of Wands could be you having a fling whilst you were in a long-term situation. You were married with the Emperor. You may have felt that this person figured out the truth, but you still have feelings for them. If that's the case, Sag, and it may just be for 1 or 2 of you, you're planning on communicating with this person the truth, which is, yes, I am in a married situation. Sorry, I wasn't honest with you, but I have deep feelings for you. As in, if you feel the same way, then I would consider ending the relationship I'm in to be with you. If that's the case, the reason why the Justice card has come out, Sag, is this person wants to know, when are you going to get divorced? No messing around, no beating around the bush, Saggy. They want to know the truth. Because they are not wanting, in the nicest sense, a situation that would be a challenge. This is someone really serious. Serious about their life, serious about their future. And if there's any kind of, well, can we spend some time together because I'm married, but I fell in love with you, I think this person's just going to say no. Justice, right? They're not messing around. Because the 7 of Pentacles is you looking at past mistakes, looking at the fact that you might have tried to get to know this person as a third party whilst you were married. Could be. For others of you, this is straight up you realizing you're ready to get serious, male or female, but you don't quite know whether or not this person does feel the same. Let's have a look. Their energy. 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, wow. So, Sag, they are very, very busy. Wow. Super busy. They may be struggling financially a little bit. They're trying to keep all the balls in the air. They may be unsure of a legal case outcome. And they're sort of on tender hooks. Okay. Knight of Cups. Okay, so I'm going to be really blunt with you guys. They don't know if they have feelings for you. And I know that sounds a bit harsh. They don't know. They may find you very attractive, Sag, but they don't know if they're looking for something serious. They don't know if they could fall in love with you. It's as if they're so busy in their life. They've got so much that is going on. They're trying to keep their balance. And then you come in and it's as if it's the last thing they expected, you know? Underneath the deck, 8 of Swords. You're in your head, Sag. You don't know. You don't know what to do about this. You're not sure. 5 of Pentacles. If you left this person out in the cold before, if you were trying to hide the fact that you were in a relationship, and no judgment, guys, everyone's human, then you may be nervous about approaching this person again, thinking they're going to bite your head off. Well, they may do. They're in kind of a sort of don't mess with me type energy, male or female. You could be a female Saggy with a hots for a guy, but you didn't tell him you were married, right? And now you're on the fence about ending your marriage because you've fallen in love with this guy, but you don't know if he really loves you. Is it just attraction, right? You see, you could be female. I don't know. But Sag, you are thinking about the Six of Pentacles, equal give and take, or maybe should I get divorced, or could this work even though I breadcrumbed this person in the past? Maybe. Eight of Swords in your head, Five of Pentacles, worried about money or feeling left out in the cold, or you left this person out in the cold. What I will say is, Sag, they have a lot on their plate. And they don't know whether or not they do have feelings for you. But why do I feel as if this person is not in the right place in their life to think about romance? Do I want romance in my life? I've got so much that I'm trying to keep in balance here. I'm really busy. I'm juggling money. I don't know. Sag is coming in saying Two of Cups have fallen for you. And you may not get the response that you're looking for. But anyway, guys, let's jump in. So Archangel Michael, why is my Sag thinking about, or my Sagittarians, I should say, hopefully it's hitting more than one of you. Why is my, start again, why are my Sagittarians thinking about the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Cups? Oh, Sag. I think you met this person when you were in a relationship with someone else. If you were female, you had a husband sat at home. If you're male, you were the emperor. You still are the emperor. What you want to do is actually communicate with this person that you're thinking about leaving a long-term situation. Eight of Wands, communicating. Ten of Cups, right? Family dynamic, long-term relationship. This is you planning on telling this person you're considering leaving this connection to be with them. So this is quite serious, guys. So this isn't you having just met. You knew this person in the past, but maybe there's been no communication for the longest time. You're worried that if you don't tell this person how you feel, you're going to lose the opportunity of being with them altogether because they're not communicating with you. Four of Cups. The reason why you're walking away from the situation you're in, Sag, is you're simply very unhappy. You're simply unhappy. Yeah, I think you want to say goodbye to the situation you're in. You may be arguing with a long-term partner. You may be arguing with a partner, Sag. Yeah, it's just too much. You're too burdened. You can't do this anymore. I think on top of you being in a really unhappy relationship, you fell in love with someone in the past. And this is you thinking, what am I doing in the connection I'm in? I want to be with this person I love. Empress. Wow. So Sag, you're either a female in a relationship with an emperor who may be cheating on you, or you're a female who had a fling with a guy in the past but decided to stay with your husband. If you're a masculine, you're simply not very happy with your Empress, burdened by the Empress, right? You may have met a woman in the past, Sag, kept it quiet that you were married because you didn't really want to tell the truth. I mean, you know, who would want to? Things might have escalated between you two. You may have wanted a bit of a fling. You may have realized you developed feelings for this person. And what you're thinking about now is, well, we haven't spoken for a long time, but I'm ready to leave my marriage. I want to get back in touch with this woman. So let's have a look, Sag, at the energy in the past. Knight of Wands. You met someone. The Star. And I think things developed quite quickly. The Chariot. Yeah, you headed towards this person quite quickly. Aquarian energy. For some of you, Cancerian energy. Okay. Wow. You may even in the past, Sag, had a sort of daydream about packing your bag, leaving this family dynamic, leaving your person behind and just moving in with them. You may have had this little fantasy. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if I could just get out of the situation I'm in and just be with this person, live with this person? I think, Saggy, you daydreamed a lot in the past when you met them. But I think either the truth came out and they disconnected. You may not ever have said anything, Sag, or told them the truth, but they may have figured it out or found out online that you weren't single. Yeah, the truth was revealed. But I don't think you revealed the truth, Sag. I think somebody told them, or they found out online, or they just used their intuition, male or female, again, and you may think, okay, that's why they completely severed the tie, because they figured out I wasn't single, right? So I think this connection was severed. No more communication. It might just be that you sent a message and they never responded back. It might be that this person just became very cold with you and you thought, oh, okay, yeah, not good. They're not sort of all fun and chatty anymore. They figured something out, or they're angry with me, or something like that. Yeah, you got a hefty pushback, Sag, and you realized that this wasn't going to work out. So I think in the immediate past, and this could have been anything, guys, from 3 months ago to 6 years ago, I've no idea. But in the immediate past, you realized that you had no choice but to sever the tie with this person. Yeah, the world. Yeah. It's as if, okay, this is obviously over. All right. And I think you accepted that, Sag, because first of all, you may have known that you might not have been totally upfront with them in the past about your situation. And you might have felt nervous. You know, if I reach out again, if I put pressure on this person, I'd really like to see you. I really want to talk. You may have felt they'd be angry with you because deep down you knew that they figured out the truth, that you weren't single. And maybe you couldn't face that. Maybe you couldn't face that, Sag. Let's have a look at the High Priestess. There's been no conversation for a long time, I don't think. Six of Cups, yeah. I mean, this is you looking at the past. So this might have been a while ago. You and this person haven't spoken for a long time. What are you thinking of here? Six of Swords. Yeah, no communication. You're thinking about the past. You're wanting to move to calmer waters with this person, Sag. King of Wands. So, Sag, you could be a masculine stuck in an unhappy marriage and you're ready to leave and you want to get back in touch with this woman. Or, Sag, you're a female who fell for a King of Wands, very attractive, masculine, but it fizzled out in the immediate past because you didn't really want to leave an emperor, your husband. It might be because of finances. It might be because of kids. Whoever you are in the mix, there's a sense of, I want to go back. I want to revisit this connection. I want to find out more about this person. Did they have feelings for me? Was it just attraction? Are they still single? Because, Sag, I don't think you can get this person off your mind. You're in love. Two of Cups, you're in love. So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the Two of Cups and the Justice card for Sag? Thank you, Michael. I'm hearing the 23rd of November may be a very significant date for someone. 23rd of November, okay. Archangel Michael's pointing forward. I don't know why. I'm seeing somebody cupping sand in their hand and letting the sand run through their fingers. Sag, you may be on a beach thinking about this person, or you may feel this person simply slip through your fingers. But you know how you feel. You're in love, Two of Cups, Sag. You know you love this person. You want to tell them, I think. They are sitting in justice now. Sag, I hate to say it, they may have just got married. They may be very busy planning a wedding, right? Or they've just got hitched. Justice, a legal contract, very busy because somebody's told them they love them and they're serious with someone else. Or it might be Sag, they don't know if they do have feelings for you, but they might feel it's justice you came back to tell them the truth if you were with somebody, if you still are. I don't think, Sag, you are planning on leaving your partner until you know how this person feels. It's almost as if what you're thinking about is, if this person is in love with me too, but they held back from me because they figured out I was in a long-term situation with somebody else, I want them to know I'm ready to walk away from that connection, to be with them. Whereas if the feelings are not mutual, Sag, if you're realizing this person's got on with their life, they're busy, or they've met somebody else, you may tell them that you fell in love with them, it wasn't just a fling you wanted in the past, and then you may just walk away. You may, if you realize the feelings aren't mutual, you may just think, okay, I'm going to tell them how I feel, and then head off. If they don't feel the same way, what else can I do? Let's have a look though. What is this person's energy? What's their energy? The moon, Cancerian energy. They may be sat in fear, Sag, that you're telling them you fell in love with them while still being married to somebody else. Right? The moon, fear that what you're hiding is you're still held to a legal contract. Or they are hiding the fact, Sag, that they're trying to bring some kind of justice to their life, some kind of balance to their life, and they're stressing out in their day-to-day duties and responsibilities. And they are thinking, oh my gosh, I'm really busy, and Sag is coming in to say, I love you. I don't know what to say because this isn't the right time. What are they hiding, or what are they nervous about? The Seven of Swords. Okay. Sag, this could be somebody who's been hurt a great deal by other people, lied to, deceived, betrayed, taken advantage of. They're kind of sick of it. What they're nervous about is the Seven of Swords. Okay, yeah. Page of Swords. Sag, if you did hide the fact that you were married before, they're going to be blunt with you. They may say to you, Sag, I'm sorry, you're coming in to tell me you love me, but you juggled me with your wife or your husband. You weren't honest with me. You didn't tell me the truth. They may be angry. Two of Wands. They may ask you if you're still sat on the fence about leaving your partner. Have you made a decision to leave, Sagittarius? Or are you ready to leave, but you just want to know how I feel? What are they suggesting here? What are they saying? Okay. Sag, you may be disappointed. They're going to offer you friendship. They're going to offer you friendship, Sag. I'm happy to be a friend with you, Sag. I'm happy for us to meet up now and again for coffee. But if you're still held to a legal contract, I'm sorry, no. It may also be because they're very busy. What else are they saying? Yeah, Sag, you may be slightly disappointed. Two of Swords. It may be, look, we can be friends, or we just don't speak again. Wow, they're very serious. Friendship or nothing. So Sag, it might be because you didn't tell them the truth in the past and they simply don't trust you, and you're going to have to spend some time rebuilding the trust. Or this is someone who doesn't want to know until you're divorced and they're really serious about that. Why are you coming in telling me you fell in love with me when you are in an emperor-empress relationship, What are you going to realise here, Saggy? Yeah, Knight of Swords. What you're going to realise is Whilst you want to say to this person you fell in love with them and you still love them, you still have these feelings for this person, you're ready to leave a relationship to be with them, they're angry. You know? They're angry, Sag. They're not interested in you telling them how you feel. They're angry. Hermit. They may be a Virgo, or they may be angry about a Virgo, or with a Hermit, you're doing a lot of soul searching about the past, realizing that the reason why they haven't communicated with you maybe recently or in the last few months is that they did know that you were in a relationship with someone else, a serious relationship. I mean, this looks as if you're married, Sag. Emperor, Empress. What are you thinking about? Yeah. Sag, you may look back at the past and think, okay, I was sat in a little bit of ego. I liked the fact that this person found me attractive. I liked the fact that they were flirting with me. You know, it made me feel good. But what you're realizing is this may be done. This may be done. What are you saying? Yeah, I'm sorry, is what I'm hearing. High Priest. Yeah. This is you wearing a false mask, admitting that you were married. I'm sorry, I just wanted to win you, or I just found you very attractive, or I was just falling in love with you. I'm sorry I wasn't honest, you know. You're going to admit, Sag, why you were a little bit defensive and maybe on edge in the past. Yeah. Yeah. Because you realize that this person figured out the truth and you were embarrassed about it. Because it was obvious in the past that the truth wasn't spoken, which was, yes, I'm in a relationship. The shadow side, okay. Sag, this is just a little bit of karma. Because what I think you're going to realize is this person's having none of it because you weren't honest in the past. Very simple. We all make mistakes, guys. I mean, this is really challenging because it's almost as if you're thinking, I wish I could just turn the clock back. Why wasn't I completely honest with this person? Because if I was, I'd have a chance now. What you're realizing is because your status you kept hidden in the past, pretended you weren't married, whether or not you're female or male, this person is very suspicious and they don't trust. What's the energy between you? The Three of Cups, yeah. I mean, this is you wanting to reunite with this person, but this person is saying no because they're convinced that you're still married. They're convinced that you just want to have a bit of fun again. But Sag, you're coming in with the Two of Cups energy, as if to say, no, this wasn't just attraction for me. I fell in love with you. But it's as if this person doesn't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Two of Swords. Don't tell me that, Sag. You're married, right? Why didn't you tell me the truth in the past? I'm busy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring balance to my life. You know, you coming in telling me you had feelings for me makes no difference because you're married. What, Sag, at this point you're not saying, because you're realizing this person's very defensive, they're not really interested. What you're not saying is, I would be ready to leave my partner to commit to you. Because what you're figuring out is, this is done. Even if you turn up with an engagement ring, Sag, and say, look, I'm ready to sign divorce papers, they're just not interested. You may have to let this person go, Sag, emotionally. What you're hoping to do is, you know, hold on to this. Even if it takes a long time, you're hoping to bring this person back around. But I think what you're going to realize is it's not going to work out. What's the Knight of Pentacles? Yeah, Tower. Tower. You really felt that if you told this person how you felt and you detach from the partner that you're with, this person would say, okay, let's do this. They're not. What they're saying is, I'm sorry, I'm busy, I'm trying to keep balanced in my life. You weren't honest with me in the past, it's done. And you're shocked because you felt this connection and you thought it was mutual. What's the Tower? Yeah, King of Swords. The Tower is Sag. This person isn't playing at all. They're very cold with you. If they're a female, they're in their masculine energy, right? I'm sorry this is done, very blunt. Or it could be that you're wanting to be with the King of Swords. You're coming in saying, I love you. This person's saying, sorry, no, it's done. And you don't know what to do. What is this person's real thoughts and feelings? They're busy. Sag, this is someone who may have had major issues. Getting out of a marriage themselves, maybe. Going through divorce, right? Or this is somebody who is trying to get themselves back on track financially, burning the candle at both ends, very busy. There's a lot going on with this person. What are they doing here? They're manifesting, working on their stability. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. Why? Because they want to transform their situation. So Sag, this is either somebody who's gone through a divorce and they're desperately trying to recoup their money, masculine or feminine, or this is someone who's trying to change their situation. They've been struggling financially and they're simply working all hours God sends. What are you realizing here? Five of Wands. What you're realizing, Sag, is despite the fact that there might have been a lot of attraction between you in the past, this is done. Five of Wands is what you're realizing is this person is still confrontational about this. They're not opening the door with a big smile on their face, Sag. They're opening the door saying, well, I'm busy. What do you want? Right? I never thought I'd hear from you again. Oh, and you weren't honest with me in the past. Sag, they're not going to be happy, guys. So your dream of being with this person is something you're going to have to leave in the past. Yeah. Five of Cups. You may be disappointed. You may be realizing that this really is done. What do we have for Saggy in the future, Michael? Can we lift this reading for my Saggies? Thank you. Okay. I think, guys, you are still going to end up leaving your long-term situation because you're not happy anyway. And I think you may decide to move forward in a new direction. You're going to embrace change. You're looking for the new. You may decide to go through a divorce or even just legally separate and move to a different area. Okay. You are still going to embrace change, Sag, because you want out of this relationship that you're in at the moment anyway, despite the fact that the person you fell in love with isn't wanting the same thing as you. You're not going to let that stop you. I think you're just going to head off and meet somebody else, right? Yeah. You, I think, may be leaving the area with the Ace of Pentacles. I think this is you waiting for your ships to come in, thinking, well, okay, it didn't work out with this person. I'm really unhappy in this long-term situation anyway. I'm going to get out of it and meet somebody else. Sag? Yeah? You may be concentrating on your health, or you could be heading into a connection in the future with a Leo. Yeah, guys. The Lovers or a Gemini. What is lovely to see, Sag, is you are also making the conscious decision to hold back from delving into third-party energies. It might be because that's the real reason why this person backed off and is really not interested, because you pulled them into a third-party situation in the past. The trust was broken. And so what you're telling yourself is that type of start of a new relationship is not going to work. I'm not going to end up having a fling with somebody and then think about divorce. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to end the relationship I'm in and then meet somebody new, and there's going to be no third-party energies. You're stepping into your power, Sag. Again, whether you're masculine or feminine, makes no difference. You're going to hold back from moving into third-party situations, Sag. You may have got into a pattern of doing that in the past simply because you were really unhappy. Because what you're realizing is you can't go through the same scenario again. Fall in love with someone, but they end up pushing you away because you weren't honest with them about being married in the past. You don't want that to happen again. Yeah, because Sag, you don't want to reap karma. You may feel that it's karma that this person has pushed you away because you drew them into a third-party situation in the past and you didn't tell them that you were in a long-term connection with somebody else. What you're thinking about is, if I hold back from third-party situations, I will not face karma. A new relationship will work if I act with total integrity and be open and honest about my situation. But I think, Sag, you're going to end the connection you're in, turn your back, look to the future, and move to a different area. I think you're going to meet a Leo or a Gemini, okay? And this is going to be a new connection for you, guys. Yeah. Ace of Cups. So not only have you learned to sit in self-love, be honest with yourself and others, but Sag, this new connection is going to work because, Sag, you're going to do it the right way this time. You're going to do it the right way. You're going to totally detach, heal yourself, get yourself back on track, and then meet somebody new. That's the right way of doing it. And I think because of that, the divine is going to open the door to this new love. Yeah. So, Sag, I hope that's helped. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye, guys.